Today's episode is brought to you by the letter K and Jason Mansour. I missed. What? Yes! I'm getting caught up on these. I only have like 5 more to go. You guys are all just the best. Thank you so much. Rhinoceros, Smashing Pumpkins. I'm sure a lot of people will be happy about this, but particularly Jason Mansour, of course, and Fiddy GD Gaming, Chris Marl, Nikki Doto, and the ever-eloquent Bob Green. All right, this one we're going to have to take piece by little piece so we make sure we don't miss anything. All right, the intro is a big E jam. Guitar 1 only just does this the whole time. Grab an E octave chord, so A string 7th fret, G string 9th fret, and open E string. And that E becomes an F sharp, 2 frets higher. And then guitar 2 starts out, Billy, as I understand from watching some live versions, with an E, right? And then E sus4 is put your pinky finger on the G string 2nd fret and you go G, B, E, regular E. And then you hammer on to that E sus4. And then that pinky finger, or you could switch what finger it is, but it's going to go up to 7. And when you do 7, you're going to do your open B and your open E strings as well. 6, 4, 11, 9. So that's like a bit of it so far. Continuing with, do G9, and we still want to hear these open B and E strings sloppily ringing out whenever. So 9 to 11, and then 14, 13, 11, 9, 13, 11, 9, 7, and then this riffy thing down here, you can start with D4 and G2, and it's kind of sort of something like, which is, that's my best guess, but you could do kind of whatever sounds good here, but I did 4, D, G2, open B, and then G2 to 4, open E, G2, 4, land on an E chord, so, and that takes care of the intro. The important thing to note about the intro for your own creativity is it's an E jam, but you're working your way up and down the A major scale on the G string. So your choices are, that's an A, so let's do 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, and you can do any of those notes, they're all fine. It's the A major scale, and that's why that one sounds just a little interesting when you get to it, because it sounds like it should be in the E major scale because we're playing an E jam, but it's not. So yeah, use any of those notes and do your thing. And then we're finally to the main verse juice. So do the thing that guitar 1 did in the intro, but the second time it's same octave chord shape, 11, 9, 7, and then we're going to make a D chord. You could just go D if you want, but I think they're playing D like your root 6 major bar chord, so 10, 12, 12, 11, but get rid of your pinky fingers, so we have an open D string, that's certainly in the D chord, right? And also still our open E and B strings, and that gives it that ethereal sound. So here's your verse meat. It could be that one guitar plays a D, and the transition from, you hear that note kind of hit immediately, that it doesn't seem like Billy could have switched to that chord so seamlessly. So perhaps it's 11, 9, 7, 9, but that is the note out of the D chord, so either way you want to take care of that is awesome. And then we have the interlude high octave guys going. So start on A12 and G14. The shape never changes, we just move it around. So we have the old strum, slide, strum, strum move that we're so familiar with. 12 to 14, strum, slide, strum, strum. Up to 17, back to 14, 12, 11, kind of hang there for for a second before you go 9, 11, 12, 12, 12, repeat. So, here it is. This change into the chorus is kind of magical. It just goes to a C chord, but coming out of the context of where we were, it's neat. So yeah, we just went C, G, D, and then open up for a D suspended 2. Take your middle finger off for that epic strum there. Bunch of times. However many times, and then it ends on G before it goes back into its old E tricks. The E tricks are basically the same, but Billy does go higher this time, so like, you know, use your ear balls, but you can go up to, we left off at 14 with our A major scale, 14, 16, definitely hear him go all the way up to 19 there, and the little noodly thing I thought I heard with the pinky pulling off on the E4. Landing on E. And of course, after the second chorus, it doesn't go back into its old E tricks, it goes into the bridge, which is A with the classy... added the distortion. A with the classic, almost kind of bend, almost kind of wiggle G note there. And then it does a power chord C, but add the G 5th in the bass, so we have a 4-note power chord, 3, 3, 5, 5. And up 2 frets for D with an A in the bass, so... And then back into A with the little wiggle. And the solo's in A minor pentatonic, but if you do your regular spot, I don't think you'll find a lot of the notes you want. Obviously, it's a mess and it's different every time, so why would we bother to learn it note for note? I mean we could, but but check this shape out, one you might not have considered before. This is yet another shape of the A minor pentatonic. 17, 15, 17, 15, 17, 14, 17, 14, 17, 15, 17, 15. Mess around with that and see what you can get going. But silly me, the usual shape that we all know and love, right? 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. Except 12 frets higher is also the A minor pentatonic scale. So start on 17 and do that shape. Okay, you hear that note bent, that highest note in the shape. Yeah. And then my favorite part when he does the high interlude octave guys, but with full distortion on, do it the same. But kind of hang out when you get to 11 because it turns into the verse riff. I still like doing the D, even though I think it might be just the octave chord. Yeah, so. And then he bends that G string 11th fret. And then it's the verse, but again, much heavier, and instead of the octave thing, he just does an E chord, so. Like low note, high notes. Into the in the chorus when it's hard, it's the same chords, right? C, G, and then D. But I kind of hear this F sharp note on the 4th fret of the D string making an appearance, so it could be. Why not? That'd be fun. There's an F sharp note in the D chord, right? It's the E string 2nd fret, but B3, G2, D4, if you want. just as much a D chord or do the other way. That's great too. And the outro solo uses the straight up D minor scale, but if you learn it from here, this is a great place to learn it. We're going to learn it from the G, like the D bar chord that's shaped like a G, which would be 10, 9, 7, 7, 7, and you run out of fingers, so you can't get that high note. But from here, do E10, A7, 8, 9, down to D7, 8, G6, 7. So far, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 6, 7, continuing right along. Start over so it feels like the beginning of the scale. 7, 9, 7, 8, 10, 7, 9, 10. Because you hear that? You're right, so B7 and 8. And then down the scale. Kind of repeated in some fashion. All right, that's it. Rhinoceros, Smashing Pumpkins. We've done it. Thank you so... God damn it. No one watches the end anyways. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Jason, and everybody else who requested this song, and everybody else who didn't request this song that's watching. See you next time with more stuff. I hope that was helpful. Goodbye.